them as close to you as possible. Why are you looking weirdly?
No,
like
I
Bill.
heard something in my ear. It has nothing to do with you.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
This was a moment that was crying out for some kind of breakthrough, some kind of hope.
Be honest, Jessica.
oh, well, now I have to totally change my answer.
No one thinks she's that smart.
Destroy the economy.
Jessica,
not true.
yeah, no one. She's not smart. Everybody knows she's not smart.
What's going on, guys? We got to talk about woke news anchor Jessica Tarlov. Okay, so she's a part-timer for Fox News. She's like one of the only leftists that they have on there, where she routinely goes through this humiliation ritual where the five basically cook her on all these stupid woke behind opinions that she loves to propagate. This lady's extremely Trump deranged and never has any good valid points, which is one of the reasons it's so easily for her to repeatedly get cooked. It's not because the folks on the five are just super intelligent and smart. It's just that they beat her out because it's such a low bar. Now, without further ado, I'm going to show you some of her opinions on Kamala Harris and what they had to say about it.
Kamala mania. Kamala mania, just energy, energy, energy. She has not done any major interviews. There's opportunity for her to do well there or not. She certainly hasn't got a chance to debate Trump yet. So there are things on the horizon. But where she is right now, sometimes the person makes the moment, and sometimes the moment makes a person. This was a moment that was crying out for some kind of breakthrough, some kind of hope.
Now, while Kamala's been getting glowing media reviews, she hasn't answered reporters' questions since Democrats tossed Biden aside and anointed her the nominee. Well, until last night, when she was forced to speak off the cuff and offered up one of her word salads. Watch.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy.
Her team later tried to cover up her non-sentences by tweeting out a completely different quote with apparently what she meant to say. You know how sometimes when Trump talks off prompter, some of us get a little like, okay, where are we going here? When Kamala Harris talks without a teleprompter, how does that make you feel? Be honest, Jessica.
oh, well, now I have to totally change my answer. She doesn't always do great, and everybody knows that. And the people who are voting for her know that, and it's the job of the people who are running on the other side to be making more out of those moments. People are jazzed. We're ready to go, and it's going to be a couple 100,000 people in 5 to 6 states, right, that are deciding this.
Some of these people are fired up because, I mean, look at the person who they had before. It was impossible to get fired up behind Joe Biden. I mean, the guy couldn't even complete a sentence. 4 more years, pause.
4 more years, pause.
4 more years, pause. So, like, how the hell do you get fired up for a guy like that? Of course, now that they feel like somebody's saving them from this massive L in November, which is still going to happen, just under a different candidate, they feel hope. But it's only a matter of time until that hope dissipates, because Teflon Don has agreed to a debate September 4th against cackling Kamala.
Running it on loop, but that's certainly not stopping any of us. J.D. Vance calling Kamala Harris a chameleon when he's now running with a man who he said might be America's Hitler is beyond comprehension. And for Donald Trump to be talking about how easy of a time that she's getting, she's just coasting by. He, at this point, is basically getting a free ride to continue talking about, like I've said, electrocuting sharks and all of it. Oh, no, it's true. People have it so baked in.
Between whether you want to get eaten by a shark or electrocuted by your EV.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, then all of it makes sense. Donald Trump is really flailing.
Jessica Tarlov likes to play stupid because at the Trump rallies, they try to bring up how ridiculous it is that he mentions sharks and electric vehicles. Yes, Trump is literally joking. He's been on TV for years. A lot of people see that as part of his charm. But of course, being a radical Trump deranged leftist, she tries to like weaponize his jokes as like somehow in poor taste or something. Like, just because you clearly don't have a sense of humor, Jessica, doesn't mean that the American people don't.
at this particular moment. He has spent the week trying to post pictures of Kamala's Indian family to claim that means that she isn't black.
And now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black?
Gotcha, bitch.
I want to say, will the real Kamala Harris please stand up? You know, we've been subjected for the past 3.5 years to word salad, and of course, in her first unscripted comment, since she became the designated candidate, now she is officially the designated candidate. The first one was a word salad. You know, when you don't know what to say, you just keep repeating what you just said. And even her own campaign had to come out and clean it up. It reminded me of the Joe Biden cleanup team. But she is inauthentic. She is bizarre. She cackles. We don't know what her public persona is. And that's just talking about what we're seeing on the outside. Now she's adopting Republican talking points. Now she believes in fracking when she didn't believe in fracking. And now it's like, you know, all of a sudden, you know, we're not going to mandate that we take away your guns. And she doesn't want the single payer health care anymore. I mean, now she's like a Republican. I don't know what she is.
So that's the point, is that she doesn't stand behind any principles. Anybody who's been following Kamala Harris ever since back in like the 2019-2020 time period during the Democrat primary knows that Kamala Harris just says and does whatever she believes is going to get her ahead. It's very obvious. The reason why Kamala Harris did not get far in the primaries isn't because people didn't like her because she was black or a woman or something like that. You still had Elizabeth Warren out there, okay, like she's a woman, like she's not a black woman, but it's because Elizabeth Warren at least comes across as authentic, okay? Now, she's a radical leftist. I don't like her, but I would say if I had to pick, I would like her over Kamala because Kamala Harris is fake. She feels like she has to say and do whatever to advance her career personally. It's not that she feels like she legitimately cares about the future of America or anything along those lines. She literally just wants to advance her career, and she'll do and say whatever the heck it takes in order to do that.
Like, she will continue to say stupid things. She will be incapable of defending her own record. If she could defend her record, she would have been able to handle the Tulsi Gabbard jujitsu that she served up to her during the 2020 race. Anytime her record is truly challenged by someone, she gets this sourpuss look on her face, and then she cackles, and then she gets really serious, and then she says something stupid. So we need to put her in a position where she is going to be much more honest about her inability to defend the incomprehensibly bad decisions she made as DA, Attorney General, Senator, and Vice President.
Do you think Kamala Harris is smart?
Speaking as a guy who went to community college and majored in rhetoric, I feel like this is a trick question. Let me tell you what I know. She has a major fundraising advantage because at her speeches they can charge people to get out. Okay, you can't do that with a traditional candidate. There's just the one fee. This time they're hitting her on the back end. We coined a phrase last week. It's called fomentum. It is a fake momentum. This was not a good week for her. It was a good week for the people propping her up, who wanted her off the ticket 3 months ago. But now that they have her on, they're all in. But you know they don't believe in her, or they wouldn't be making the effort to strike her record clean. We're like a day away from the media saying she was never VP. Okay? They disavow everything she's ever done. So I think the challenge here for her is to minimize her actual exposure and let the myth building be done by the media. If it really does come down to the candidate, there's no chance I don't think she's going to win because they don't think she's going to win. Okay, if they thought she was strong, Biden would have been pushed out of here like a year ago. Okay, and that's why I think this is going to end with the surge coming face to face with reality, which is that she is Kamala Harris, for whatever that means. Smart, not smart, she's that thing.
Well, I think that it's more than that. I think that Kamala Harris is, I'm not even going to say a black woman because I don't think she's a black woman, but she is at least a woman of color, and the radical left thinks that somebody of color stands no chance, even though we had Obama twice. That's just how these dum-dums think. On top of that, she is not a strong candidate like Obama, okay? Obama would be a strong opponent for any conservative to defeat, okay? I'm not sure what conservative could just outright defeat Barack Obama in a presidential election. But Kamala Harris is not Barack Obama. Obama could easily talk off the cuff. Kamala Harris can't. A lot of people question her intelligence and her authenticity. Obama was, at least, I think that he believed what he was saying. Even if he wasn't always right, and sometimes he did lie about certain things, I do think that he had good intentions. Kamala Harris, I don't think that she has any intentions except to become the president and feel accomplished and feel proud of herself, give herself a big ass pat on the back.
Say smart. Listen.
Tax and spend
No
liberal.
one thinks she's that smart.
Destroy the economy.
Jessica,
not true.
yeah, no one. She's not smart. Everybody knows she's not smart.
Jessica.
Even she knows she's not that smart, Jessica.
You want them to, as close to you as possible. Why are you looking weirdly?
No,
like
I
Bill.
heard something in my ear. It has nothing to do with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we called it a bullshit.
Okay, well, for now. Anyway, I think it's a great move.
Okay, we'll see how it plays out. Jessica, thanks for your contributions.
Guys, this lady can't catch a break, and she doesn't need one, because to sit up here and try to defend the coup of the Democrat candidate Joe Biden, like where they literally forced him out, they took all his money, they took all his public support, and it low-key seems like somebody from his campaign sent out a message publicly that Joe Biden himself may not have even agreed to originally, because he didn't come out himself and publicly, like, you know, just turn a camera on real quick, like just turn a cell phone on, do something to say, hey guys, I'm dropping out. But no, they just sent out some weird letterhead. It just seemed really strange. It seems like it was a straight up overthrow, and then turn around and try to call him a hero.
They did a coup. He just doesn't know it. But actually, he does know it. You know that. They said, Joe, you got 14 million votes. It's yours, but you're going to give it up. You're going to give it up right now, Joe. You're giving it up right now. No, I'm not. I was elected democratically. I was elected. No, you're giving it up, Joe. We're either going to do it the nice way or the hard way, Joe. You're getting the hell out.
They didn't have faith in Kamala. They were saying that he needs a new VP. Now all of a sudden they're acting like they're super confident, and she's like our Lord and Savior now is Kamala Harris. It makes absolutely no sense. And Jessica Tarlov is as disingenuous as they come. Not quite MSDNC level, but she's real close. I feel like this is low-key her interviewing for a position there. She probably wasn't good enough because she wasn't quite Trump deranged enough. So instead she had to settle for becoming the punching bag for the 5. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Do you think Kamala Harris is smart?
And spend
No one
liberal.
thinks she's that smart.
Destroy the economy.
Jessica,
not true.
yeah, no one. She's not smart. Everybody knows she's not smart.
Jessica.
Even she knows she's not that smart, Jessica.